Sydney of Studio 1851, she texted me if I would like another concert on campus because I've been having those the past few years. And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I would not like another concert. And then a few minutes later, she was like, would you like to do a festival? And I was like, yes, I would. I would.
Lasell Calling is a festival that I'm putting together with Studio 1851. It's going to feature Lasell students and just be a really fun time for us to all kick back after the spring semester. In Studio 1851, I am the head of events, so any pop-up you see us at, anything like that, that's all me. So I do the event planning, which is writing up all the papers, emailing everyone, making sure all our EMS space is perfect and ready to go.
Lasell University is a liberal arts school that lacks a music program. A group of students got together to create a music culture on a sports-dominated campus.
Lasell Calling seems like a great idea to give the musicians on campus an opportunity to perform in front of their classmates and colleagues and peers.
For the past couple of years in studio, past 3 to be exact, we've had Joshua Sweet do a concert. And we've decided that for his last year, we wanted to make it something a little bit bigger that we could continue after he's gone.
I've done this like 3 times already, and I'm getting sick of it myself, just playing for the same crowd over and over and over again. And I really do like the other musicians on campus, and I feel like they don't get enough shine because a lot of them don't stand up and say, look at me. And so I'm sure that was the same thought that Studio 1851 had, or Sydney, or Professor Kinski, or whoever it was that thought of this.
We know that there are a lot of musicians doing different kinds of music, and they're a little bit isolated right now, so an event like this really brings people together and makes all that talent really visible. So I'm really excited about it.
I'm not that in touch with 1851, but I would like to be, considering that the fact that I actually have been a part of this process without them. So I would love to, get in touch, because if they want to see this music thing thrive, I'm along for the journey.
Studio 1851 really benefits from having this event. It is a place for us to get our name out there, maybe do some selling hours, but at its core, Studio 1851 is a class and it is an experience for us to be able to just get experience. For the event, we will be bringing Joshua Sweet's merchandise, and if any of the other performers by then decide that they have stuff that they want to sell, we will also be selling that alongside with our Lasell apparel that will just always be there.
What it's like to be a musician on campus is, it's nice, but it's also kind of lonely sometimes because there's not a lot of people here for music, and once you get kind of, establish yourself as a student here, you can't really find any music groups. There's no one really to talk to about music or to jam with. I found a couple of friends to jam with, but one of them's a commuter. The other one has stuff doing all the time, and I'm not super close with the other.
See, I see this whole project as being like almost like a timestamp or a time capsule for the future of musicians here. What I would want other people to know about this is, at this day and age right now, the music crowd here, it's a very strange place. It's not accepted, it's not nurtured very well at all. It's honestly destroyed and degraded all the time. People do not want to see musicians here for some reason. I don't know why. They don't like musicians here. The student body, to be exact. But one day, if you're a musician here watching this, it's okay to be fucking weird. It's okay to be a musician. It's okay to nurture that and want to do that. People around you are going to try to take you down, but you just have to keep going. One of my favorite quotes ever that I feel applies to probably what you might feel like you're going through as a musician on this campus is, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. So make sure you get through all of those and just never stop being your weird fucking self, ever. Because you will eventually win if you can push past these people and the people who don't believe in you.
Being a student athlete and a musician is kind of hard. Finding the balance is definitely one that I'm still struggling with. They're supportive, but at the same time, I think it's funny, there was this one moment where they're actually telling me to play the song, and then I played the song, and then they actually all walked out because we had something else to do.
For some reason, the idea of someone being able to like sing and like do things in his own time that don't involve school, it's just like, what? It's like, fuck him, we have to kill him. Like, I don't know. Like, they'll just like say real reckless shit to me. I'll be living my life and they'll just say something about it. I'm like, I don't even know you. It's insane.
I got to a point where I realized that showing my music, I'm only really showing it to the people that actually care. So if they care, then they'll show up and they'll be able to come and listen to me.
Although music is hard to find on campus, these individuals exist and are excited for the opportunity to showcase their talent.
The lineup as we have it right now is Will Marshall, Carter Phillips, and Cole Kovacs. I love all of them dearly. They're great. This could be something that really, really helps them, the studio. It's like kind of like how we have like a fashion program here, and then there's the fashion show. Music, we don't even have a music program here. This could be the start of so many things. Right when you walk in the music room, it's you first notice it's a bit messy, but it's not to say that it can't be better. It certainly can be something amazing. I look at it, and although scattered, although tattered, and although kind of beaten down, this could be a foundation for an amazing recording studio and rehearsal space and whatever the fuck you want it to be. There's like, as I saw the first time I went in there, I was like, there's 2 little closets in there. The first thing I saw was one of those could be turned into a booth. I mean, Carter had the same idea because he started using it as a booth. Right now, it's just the bones of what could be. But when I walk in there and look at it, I see the future of it. I see everything that it should be. I see a studio, I see an amazing drum set, I see speakers, I see microphones, I see everything. Great gear, and I see a lot of happier students who can really nurture their creativity.
I actually wanted to establish an event just like this. This music room that we're in right now, I really want to transform this into an actual recording studio. And I've been in the process with this with some of the higher ups at Lasell. And it's been an ongoing process. It's had its ups and downs, and especially because, you know, I need the funding for it. But I wanted to host something just like this. And I would love to have alumni come and some possible sponsors so that we wouldn't need to like ask for a capital.
There are a few students that are involved in managing the music lab right now. So what we're hoping is that, you know, this catches on, more and more students become aware of it. They start using it as a space to record, to rehearse, to jam, and we ultimately hope to come out of this with a kind of a focal point for the music effort on campus.
I came to Lasell because I had a performing arts minor. Now they took all the classes away, so I'm struggling through outside classes to try to keep my performing arts minor, even though I'm the only one at Lasell with a performing arts minor.
So in this building in Yamawaki, there's always been a music room, and it's actually room 103. It's kind of in the basement area of the building. And in the past, it's been used as a rehearsal space for faculty bands or student bands, but also to use it as a space for teaching. There's a keyboarding class that used to happen in there. There's a drum set, a bunch of keyboards, some older amps. So it's a great space for music, and I was approached by students earlier last year about providing a space on campus for student musicians. Carter Phillips last fall, who had actually written the president and the provost looking for a space like the one we've identified downstairs as the music lab. So he approached me and said that there were a lot of musicians on campus that are looking for a space to perform and play and jam and get together or even record. So we started to try to convert that space into one that could, you know, offer those kinds of, you know, tools and environment that those kinds of things can happen on campus. What we've done is put together a kind of wish list of different kinds of studio equipment and recording equipment and just general soundproofing kind of materials that we could use to update the room. They were really supportive and wanted to, you know, see that something happened. Oh yeah.
That was cool.
I was talking to a few of the higher ups, and they were telling me that there's a few teachers that have actually been wanting to teach like a production class, a lyricism class, and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, why are you not doing it? But it's because that there's not this recognition of it. They feel like it's not going to be backed by anybody. So hopefully the change that can be made is that music gets recognized as a real standing point for the Lasell campus.
There's no music courses here really, but also I didn't go to school for music, so it was, I kind of just happened to play music and be here. But I think the reactions are pretty normal. It's just like, you know, you play music? Oh, okay, I play music. Yeah.
One of the ways to make a space like the Music Lab really viable on campus is to connect it with curriculum so that it goes beyond just an extracurricular opportunity for students and it actually is a setting for classes. One of the first classes we want to offer with that in mind is called Music 2, I think it's called Music 210. There's an X next to it right now because it's an experimental course, so Music 210X, and it's called Rock Workshop. And it's basically, you know, an opportunity for students with different musical skills to come together in a classroom setting and work on songs, work on a set. And it will be led by a musician named Flynn Cohen, who is a touring musician, someone who has a long history in the area, ties to Berkeley, and is someone who has taught here before and felt a very strong connection with students and proposed this class.
I would say to anyone that's questioning whether they want to come to this event, I would say that if you want to support your fellow classmates and you want to see some original talent that you've never seen before, then you should definitely come.
I think it'll bring a lot of people together, especially people who want to do music stuff around school. It'll give them an opportunity to see that Lasell does care about people who play music. Especially with like Joshua Sweet, he's performing with his band. So I mean, that's some pretty cool stuff right there. But I think it'll be good for our campus to finally have a music scene that is sort of being set up.
What's going to make this different than my last performance on campus is it's just going to be the best show I've ever put on to date. In a non-self-degrading way, I am 1,000 billion times better than I was during any of my last shows on campus. My act has just been crafted and developed for so long now, and I have so many more components to my live show that would make this a much better show than it's ever been.
I'm gonna run out from Butters after drinking a lot. I'm gonna run out from Butters. The band is already gonna be on stage in front of my backdrop and everything. Run out. We're gonna do the intro is going to be this unreleased song of mine, but I'm not actually going to sing it. It's just the instrumental is going to play. They're going to play it, go crazy, and then I'm going to stop them. And we bust into a rock cover of As It Was by herself.
Before. Then he got up in the head, told you that a friendship's dead, cause he thought we're so much more. He's dumb, he's drunk, he's an alcoholic, a lonely mother lover, never loved you platonic, and you need so much more. A stupid, ugly face only a mother adores.
You can just say anything you want.
I'm here to support a really good friend of mine, Joshua Sweet. He works really hard on this music. Here's half of his band now. Oh my God, he's coming out. I'm super proud of him. He works really hard. I think Lasell Calling was a great opportunity for all these musicians to like showcase their talents to everybody, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I am. So are they. Yeah, we are. Very excited.
I want to be remembered from my music through not just the musical aspect and the rhythms, but through the message that I'm able to portray to the people. All the lyrics that I write or all the lyrics that I will possibly freestyle, they all come from a certain place that is real.
I think for the Lasell community, this event will be very beneficial. It will be pretty fun for the students to come and watch, and they'll also get to support other Lasell students and come see their friends, have a good time, just hang out.
I would love for it to be an annual event on campus. I think that'd be awesome. Especially 'cause I'm here for the next 2 years, so being able to perform for people for free too. I mean, I don't have to pay anyone or do anything special in order to perform. Just like Josh just asked me to perform or headline for him, and I was happy to do it. But I think that this is a great thing for Lasell.
If you are a musician on campus and you are feeling like you want to have some place to perform or to record or just have a place to play, please reach out, because a lot of people are feeling the same way.
Although the event has happened and it was successful, the work is far from over. There is still so much work left to be done. The hope is that in years to come, students will be able to express themselves through music and not be afraid of what others might say. The moral of the story is to stay weird and chase fear.